Throughout the dungeon, you can find other characters to recruit, all of which have unique sets of skills. Sometimes you already have a full party when you want to recruit them, and aren't sure if it's worth killing someone off to get someone new. Who's an upgrade? Who's a downgrade? Well, it's pretty simple to judge once you know how they all stack up against each other. Quick note, this is not a main character tier list. The tier list for main characters is pretty simple. The further left they are, the stronger they are. First off, we need to determine how to sort them. We need some sort of center point to sort around. Some sort of character without any unique skills, without any unique downsides. He'd probably be the character that was designed first, and the rest of the characters would have been balanced relative to him. If only there was some sort of character with no unique traits, no skills, normal stats, and no equipment restrictions. If only. Anyway, for no particular reason, I'll be putting Kahara in C tier, because, C for Kahara. Second off, we have Ars. She comes with 2 high-tier skills, the best shield, the best non-unique armor, and a good weapon. Her stats and traits are normal for a human. With both fast attack and defense stance, she can be both tank and damage. She also has a unique interaction with Ragnvaldr I'll get to later. Without a doubt, she's the most useful main character to recruit. S tier. Third, we have Enki. He's got a limited equipment selection, since he's unable to use two-handed weapons or heavy armor. He comes with a few useful skills like counter magic and... No, mostly just counter magic. By the time you recruit him, hurting should be one of your worst damage options and needleworm should be one of your worst healing options. He's only better than Kahara by counter magic and worse by his limited equipment. So he's D tier. Ragnvaldr starts with War Cry and +10 attack. War Cry isn't as useful as it seems because unlike pheromones, you can't make him guard and draw hits on the first turn. A lot of bosses give you a free turn to set up though, so it's sometimes better because it's free. He's not as tanky as the Ars because of the lack of skills and armor, but the boosted damage helps him quite a bit on late game boss fights. He only really shines late game once you suit him up with equipment, but he's one of the best party members once you do. A tier. The girl is one of the worst characters in the game. Her equipment choices are insanely limited. She has -25 attack, she has no skills, and she has only one unique upside. She'll jump in the way and take hits for other party members on low HP. This can easily screw up strategies you already had, such as putting pheromones on Blood Golem, since pheromones won't stop her from getting hit. So it's a mixed bag trait. You can turn her into a decent DPS caster, but every character can turn into one of those, so she's just a worse Enki, making her E tier. Moonless gets 2 attacks per turn and always targets whatever she thinks she can kill in the fewest attacks. She has access to 0 equipment, making her the frailest character in the whole game, but gets 2 attacks each turn by default and applies handy damage over time with her bite. She starts off with an effective 25 attack, which upgrades to 38 and then 55. She also has immunity to poison and parasites and mind loss. Despite being a very delicate auto attacker that always attacks low HP targets, double turns, bleeding, and eventually bleeding with stun bump her into C tier. Ghouls are the worst character in the game bar none. No equipment, no skills, no status immunity, -14 attack, you can't control them. They're the only character I'd put in F tier, but there is no F tier on this list. So they're getting at the bottom of E. Skeletons are your best friends on hard mode. They're immune to phobia, mind loss, hunger, poisoned, bleeding, infection, parasites, blindness, ruination, and soul binding. They also can safely use miasma and all armor. They only have 3 downsides. They're auto-battlers, they can't use two-handed weapons except the bone shears, and they have -14 attack. Their massive list of immunities is an incredible advantage, and they don't consume any resources. If you could control them, they would be above S tier, but you can't, so they're only B tier. Ragnvaldr is more useful than he seems. He starts with Leg Sweep, a useful combat skill and a way to bust down any door, can safely use Miasma, and has a very special interaction with the Ars. Normally, when a character gets low enough on mind, they try to leave the party. If the Ars tries to leave, Le'Garde will talk her into continuing no matter how low her mind is. As long as the Ars is in the party and has low mind, this scene also prevents anyone else from leaving from low mind too. This includes himself. This vaults him into an easy A tier. Nas'hrah is immortal. Literally. No matter what, he'll never die. The problem is that he can't equip anything. You also can't get rid of him to recruit someone else without glitches. His melee damage is the same as a normal character's unarmed attacks, and all of his skills consume mind. If you cast Pheromones on him, he'll get rid of it next turn, making it difficult to use him as a tank. He'll do fine if you teach him Combustion, since he'll be able to use that every turn, but you'll never be able to equip a White Angel Soul on him. So if you just want someone to spam Combustion, both Moonless and the girl are better at it. Having an immortal ally is nice, but you can already kill everything in the game without taking any damage by killing it fast enough, and Nas'hrah is awful at killing things quickly. I'm putting him into a very hesitant B tier. If he could equip accessories, he'd instantly jump to S tier. Last, we've got the Demon Kid. He's the same as the girl, but he won't take hits for other people.